Hello, my delicious co-creators. Lilou here. I'm at the Bali Spirit Festival, and I have a big treat for you guys because I am sitting next to one of the founders, I guess, the visionary behind this festival. You're Indonesian yourself. You're from here.
Yes, Indonesian. Yeah. I'm born and grew up here.
Yeah, you must be so happy to see how this has expanded into this awesome festival here, happening once a year since 2008, right?
This is the 9 years, and really happy it's still standing and still going, and it's really good. It's really good, yeah.
Tell us about what you were doing before and what's your past and kind of how this vision came together. I know there are some Americans involved too, so how this is whole got...
Megan is my wife.
That's your wife, Megan?
Yeah, Megan is my wife. Well, we have a long history, basically, why we're creating this one. It's based on the fact we used to export a lot of handicraft to United States.
To what?
To United States. So
export to what?
Handicraft. So like a statue and carving and all of the stuff to United States. But then in 98, our country get hit by the economic crisis. You know, the rupiah has just crashed down so low. And then after that, we also have the tragedy, the Bali bomb. That's the year of 2000, where about 200 life of our friend from Australia was taken away that night. And then after that, the tourism pretty much dead. You know, like because there's travel warning, there's travel ban, there's no people come to Bali. And at the same token, Bali, the main support of the Bali economic is tourism. So our business is basically very much on the limbo, you know, like it's just like we can do anything, there's nothing we can do about it. And we're trying to find a way how we could revive tourism. Like, what is the real essence of tourism in Bali? What is the strength? Why it started? And I just happen to be from Ubud. And so I know that the strength of Ubud tourism, basically art, culture, and spiritual living, which is the holistic living of Bali in general.
If you don't know Ubud, that's a must place to come and visit. Definitely. Somebody that comes to Bali has to visit this place. It's very juicy, effervescent. I mean, there's a lot of creative flow here.
Art activities and ritual and all of this thing. And now became like kind of the mecca of yogi.
Yeah.
You know, we have a lot of yoga in town. We have a lot of people doing healing and all of that things. But back to that story, basically, we just launch balispirit.com at 2003. Just want to create a web portal where people could access information about holistic living destination in Bali.
2003.
2003. So we launched the Bali Spirit Festival, balispirit.com, before we have anything else. And then 2006, we opened the yoga band. You know, there's people already start doing yoga before we have yoga band, and some of our friends come and borrow the space we have on the loft, on the top of our warehouse. They use it, people more coming, so we start opening the yoga band 2006. And then 2008 we created Bali Spirit Festival. We want all to have, our dream basically, creating a space where people from all over the world could just come at the same place, have incredible experience, also have about a good kind of ways and finding a way how we could create a better living. So
getting the community together and sharing, and
it is. So we want to create a different level of community with a different consciousness toward life, toward spiritual living, toward a better life, and all of that. So we because I'm Balinese and I come from, you know, like a linear family where we involve love with art, cultures, and spiritual activities, and also we have this really strong concept about life in Bali. You know, like there's a concept called Trihita Karana. The life only could be harmonized if there's a harmonized relationship between the three pillars of life: spirituality, humanity, and environment. So I'm trying to use this theory basically to apply it in an event, which is Bali Spirit Festival nowadays. And then we package it into 3 different activities: yoga, music, and dance. Because we believe this is like very universal language people could use to communicate, to share, you know, to get together, to be inspired about life. And so we just created Bali Spirit Festival 2008 with a preparation about 3 months. It was me, my wife Megan from New York, but we've been living in Bali since 1995. And then our friend who from Hawaii who want to, you know, like has a musical background, so let's combine it together. So I came from the Balinese art and cultures. And then Megan's come with a network, Western mind about better living and all of that.
Beautiful co-creation.
It's really like it was a collaboration from the beginning of it. So the first time we have about 250 people come direct with the festival we created with 3-month preparation. That was back 2008. And then now it's 2016. So the 9 years of Bali Spirit Festival, we have already about 1,200 people.
Yeah, and you know this, but it's not affordable for everybody. It has kind of a cost, and though it makes sense for people that are into yoga and that wants to retreat and do all this. Tell us about why is it priced that way, and how you're supporting also, from my understanding, other communities, or there's something else that you're doing.
It's a festival itself. It's not just festival. It is collaboration of inspiring people with a new idea, with a better kind of thought and plan about life, as well also with action of giving back to community. So as a production, it is needed a special kind of cost to be paid. We hiring right now for the last 3 months, I have more than 80 people on the site to build this thing.
Beautiful site that must not be donated.
Yeah, and then also, we have a full team of at least 10 people in our office for the website, for everything, get promotion and all of that stuff. And then we also running a giving back to community project. From this festival, we hiring local, and we're not working with the big businesses. I'm trying to get a room, for example, we got it from like middle class hotel to bed and breakfast. Because those are the local owners. So we're trying to keep the effect of the economic effect of this festival around to generate income for the economy. And also we're flying in about more than 70, 80 people, presenters and line up. We paid for their ticket, we get them their food, we get them their hotel. So this is a certain amount of cost for it. But also we have social project, as well as also tomorrow on Sunday we open it for public.
Oh, good. So the locals, because we don't see a lot of Balinese.
Not yet, because we're trying to create those people who paying a little bit more, and we use that amount of money to cross-subsidize the free classes, the outreach program, and that will be like those people have been treated well. So we give them the space from the first to the third. There's a serious workshop going on, but then Sunday, we call it Family Day. We invite other people to come. If they want to donate, there's donation only. They come. So this doesn't really need to pay the full price, but they have access to all places, to all of the classes and stuff like that. So even though we have this chart like that, but still right now, as an event, it is not really a money maker. And to us, this is not about making money. It's about how we could spread the idea and collaboration to inspire people to do something better. And here we have the daytime, we have about 1,200 people coming in. And then we also have a night venue at the other side of town, where we have about, like 80 musicians, dancers, and artisans come from all.
Amazing music, by the way. I had so much fun. Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, so those are the production costs of it is a lot. So if there's, we would love to have this on certain ways, affordable for other people. It's a little bit difficult because we didn't really have that big sponsor come. We can't find big sponsor. The big monies come from cigarette company, come from the alcohol.
I had the same issue with running the show and putting it out. No, but it's true. Like, we have to find other solutions.
It's hard. Like yoga and then sponsored by cigarette, it's not going to work. No. So we're trying to find. So there's a VIP cost, there's a pool passes, all that. We make the difference on prices and costs, and also level of where people could go with the amount of money. We're just trying to make it fair. Because we also have, we hired about 100 people constantly for the last 3 weeks.
Tell us about to change a little bit of topic, but about the Balinese, like what's going on here in Bali and how consciousness is evolving and spirituality. Because definitely there's a lot of international people here that are then going to be able to plant seeds in their own country. So that makes it very special. There's a special energy here. It's like there's a vortex of energy even in Ubud. It shakes us up a little bit, right? And then the Balinese people are very much towards devotion and love and support. We see the spirit world very present here, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. Like a lot of people mistaken about, when we talk about yoga, the only thing, yoga is like for those who doing classes, go with the yoga outfit, go to the class and having all kind of this weird poses. So that's not all about that. In Bali, basically, yoga is a way of life. There are 4 different ways of life, depending, what your background, what you're doing in your life, The first one is bhakti yoga, which just became devotion. You're devotees. So you didn't need to go to classes. What you worshiping. You say thanks. You do the prayer. You do the offering. And then the second was kriya yoga. Kriya, which just mean work. Do to your work. Work. If you're a doctor, you become a good doctor. If you want to you're an engineer, you become a good engineer. Not cheating people, all kind of that stuff. And then we have the third one, jnana yoga, which is using your talents to help. Talents is your offering. And the last one is Raja Yoga, like inner consciousness. So there's 4 different ways of it. And then this is applied in the Balinese life in a daily base. Like you could go to the class, the yoga class in Bali, and we talk about it in the class. We were taught about it. And, we see people discussing about it. But you went out of the class. You go to the road, you see people making offering. They keep blessed. They say thanks through the offering. That's yoga itself. So there's no difference between in and out.
And it's not like only during the class and not in the real life. Yeah.
No. There's no point to do. If you want to just be yogi in a class, it's not. It's all about it.
It's a lifestyle. It's a philosophy.
How you live your life. How you basically increasing your awareness and realizing you're just a little part out of this whole world. You're part of a spiritual system. You're part of humanity, and you're part of the nature. And if you could line this up, and my grandfather told me once, the best thing you learn in life is learn how to die peacefully. Peacefully means a lot. Peace with what? Peace with the spiritual being, peace with your people around you, peace with the nature. So when you implemented this in life, this is what is called yoga, creating peace within yourself and how you could carry that out to things around you.
The way we die is how we live, huh?
Yeah.
We'll see about that. We don't know yet.
But the simple example, we right now, it's, sitting on the rice field just harvesting. The simple way, Farmer said, if you want to harvest rice, you plant rice. Right? Yeah. If you want to harvest corn, you plant corn. Corn would never produce rice. Right. Or vice versa. So but, you learn how to die basically just through creating peaceful in your mind, peaceful within, peaceful with the nature, and peaceful with your people. So if that will be created, life is wonderful.
It's a bit like the Buddhists then, because a lot of Balinese there's either Muslim or there's a lot of Hinduist, little Buddhists though, but that's a philosophy also of Buddhist.
Well, Buddhism, from our side, from the Hindus, we believe that Siddhartha Buddha Gautama, the Buddhist, is reincarnation of Vishnu, with the god of the preserver in Balinese. So there's no difference. The philosophy basically the same. Yeah.
And how about regarding the food or education or other like systems? Is it moving here? Is this because I heard of green school and all kind of other things happening? I mean, how do you feel about how this is moving holistically in Bali and how everything is shifting and changing? Because I feel that as I'm traveling the world, that every country is really becoming more and more conscious, and a lot of beautiful projects are happening, but we don't talk enough about that. And yet it's happening.
It's happening here too, like there's green school, that's, like other school also start, taking action on much more bringing up issue about environment, about global warming, about climate changing, about waters became like kind of less now, than before. The climate, the heat is getting more, less rain, and now also there's a lot of movement toward waste. People in the village now start talking about how we sorted our garbage, they start recycling. So it's coming along. And also with the media, the social media right now, the information is much faster away from the media. Sometimes you just can, But
a lot of freedom, yeah.
A lot of more freedom. There's a lot of more information. There's a lot of like a great effort. Like people start, okay, so now what? We live in this earth, and then we're gonna leave it, or we're gonna do something about it. I think to us in Bali, basically the concept life is we not own life on us. Whatever given to us is not really ours. It's something lended temporary while we're here, and we just need to take care of it. So at least when it's the time for us to go, we leave it the way it was when the first time we start our life, if not better. If we could make it better, it's better for our next generation. So it's really good now. That's also the good side of tourism, and also the positive side of the tragedy.
Right.
The tragedy, it was shocking. But then all of us thinking about, well, maybe this is about the time to shift the idea. Instead of mass tourism, now we start talking about quality and quantity tourism and responsibility tourism.
Yeah.
Because Bali right now is not just belong to Balinese people. Bali is belong to the people who want to see Bali survive, and we all need to do something.
But you know how traveling to different countries in Asia, I'm thinking of Thailand right now. I feel sometimes in Thailand there's been so much tourism that the Thai people have some of them have kind of sold their soul. There's something missing, and I really hope in my heart that Bali will remain Bali and that will stay centered in the traditions and. So that we don't lose that, because that's the negative side of tourism and more economy and more money being injected,
Well, it is. We're having dilemma as well in Bali with tourism like that. Tourism is not, like a saint would save life, tourism also have its side effect. I think it's, where's Bali going to go in the future? I don't think it's just really up to Balinese to decide. And also it's up to the people who come to Bali, what they're going to do with Bali. Do they just simply want to come here and be in Bali and taking a photograph that I've been there and go away? Or will they be responsible visitors who come here and start thinking about, instead of buying 10 plastic aqua bottle, maybe just buy one aqua bottle and use it during their stay. And us as a local, maybe also we need to, do something about it. We produce our own waste. Like the materialistic right now, it's just so much. We have to change this one. This is about the time and opportunity. I think Bali have such a really good big chance as a central of the world to spreading the good energy, the good activities that it could be done. Yes. But it only could be done if everybody in this place working together for it. It's not a point anymore about pointing out fingers to someone. Oh, he's doing it, or she doing it, or they're doing it.
It's easy.
But it's so easy. Yeah. The question is not about how you criticize. It's about what could you do? Yes. What could we do with that? It's not anymore about, who is the black sheep of that? What could we do with it? There's always bad thing happening, but all of us have to think about how we could turn this one as a good turning point. All of us. If you come here for the first time and you feel like this is great, and of course you have in your head also, I want to come here next year, and I want to have the same kind of, expectation.
I feel like you have a big role as Indonesian that made things happen too, to speak out to other Balinese, and Indonesian about this and how they can be responsible into the future. Like this seems to be this leadership too, to speak to the community, to speak to locals and to educate them. We have to. I think I believe with the fact that we all given the same opportunity with a different field, a different background, whatever we do in our life. I think life is not about what creating something. About the main important thing, how you could pass this down to the next generation so they're ready. What good thing we could start and how we could prepare the next generation to be able to take over. And a lot of young generation right now, young people, who's educated, who have the experience, who've been abroad, have much more kind of open-minded type of point of view. What could we do to shape Bali? We all concerned. Sometimes we just not connected. We're doing little thing here and there, but sometimes we needed the media where people could all together just get it one place and do something together, make it stronger. So, I do through the event, that's what basically I'm trying to do. How we could inspire people, with a little message out of the festival, how they could help us, how we could work together. It doesn't matter. You could be from France, I'm Balinese, other people from Java. But when we share the same land and the same joy at one spot, it's about the time to giving back to that community to maintain that energy. So this is almost, like a lot forgotten. We always remember how to take, but forget how to give. So it's hard for most people. I discovered, it's hard for us to receive too, and a lot of us have pushed that away, or we take but not really receiving, in the proper way, like in our heart, because then we can give back. Because if this is not full, it's hard to, to give.
But sometimes, you have to empty out the glass to be able to throw in new water.
That's how it feels coming here. Like it feels it's going to then get reactivated back. This is how it feels here. Different than Sedona, but there's this place in America called Sedona, and it feels like it's like this kind of vortex energy, but it's just differently, spinning differently. But it shakes you up. Come on, coming here to Bali is not a piece of cake either.
Yeah. I completely believe with, like everybody have a goodwill.
Yeah.
The difference is, they have the opportunity, and do they have the space and the time to do it? Now, some of us, we just caught in the middle about doing all of the material stuff. We forgot about there's another side of life. So I think this kind of thought, there's wisdom from all of our cultures and background. If this wisdom, I believe also that there's a red thread, the similarity, the common value of life we could share. Like I'm Balinese, other people Japanese, like I said earlier, but there's certain kind of thing must be the same. And the same thing is we all want to have a better living. And how to manifest that one? It's applying all of the wisdom. That has been work for a long time, We just kind of got distracted because of the life is changing a little.
Yeah, and understanding that happiness is not just something to make us happy, but it's by making others happy too, that creates a huge happiness. Well, thank you so much, Kadek. Is one of the 4 names, right, in Bali? There's
the second one, Kadek, yeah. So,
Kadek is the second, you're the second son.
Yeah. The first kid is Wayan or Putu or Gede. The second one is Kadek or Made. The third one is Nyoman or Komang or Koming. And then the fourth one is Ketut. Ketut means the last one. That's like a Balinese family planning program, only 4 kids.
Quite a lot. We might need that system in Europe too. Well, thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you for coming. Trying to enjoying it. You should try some classes.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just enjoying meeting and doing all these interviews too. So, and I'm enjoying the nighttime where I'm dancing, and I'll be interviewing Nako again and Elijah and all these great people. I've already had the chance.
It'll be the big one tomorrow. It's the last night tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes. Tomorrow night with Nako. Sending you a lot of love from beautiful Bali in Indonesia. Big kisses.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.